Football and the other F words. This is Draft Day MEGACAST, and F today stands for fucked because the Tennessee Titans took overall consensus board player 203, wide receiver 19 on the consensus board that Harif Hassan puts out. To put that into context, also Stoney had him at wide receiver 20. Dane Brugler had him at wide receiver 18. So they took, instead of taking the consensus wide receiver 7, they go all the way down deep into the bag to draft a guy that is essentially the Des Fitzpatrick pick.
Ooh,
it's lower stakes than that, but
it's lower stakes than Des Fitzpatrick. Des Fitzpatrick was lower stakes.
What you gave up, I mean, at least in my opinion, at the time, the opportunity cost of that is not the same as the opportunity cost of this. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fourth round pick, the very beginning pick. Yeah. So that is a lot different, I think, than that's fair. And they drafted a guy that maybe was there in the 7th round, more than likely.
I mean, they sure didn't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't trust them because they drafted a guy with 4.5 sacks that's only played.
We had heard in the last month that the league liked both of the Florida receivers a little bit better than.
Where did you hear that? I have not heard that anywhere.
Oh, I know. I had.
Did you just hear that from your Titans people?
It's hard to keep things straight, so maybe I don't know.
Where did you hear it from?
I just
made it up is what you did.
The rambling on Twitter.
I mean, I've listened to like a dozen different podcasts of like the day 3 guys we're not talking about from PFF.
Yeah.
And they would.
Those are
guys. But y'all do realize 7th and 6th round is in day 3 still.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I know, but on those podcasts, it's people like Daniel Jeremiah coming on. What is okay?
I'll thank God Scadabo's off the board.
Who took him? The Giants?
The Giants.
I got to text my father-in-law. He's a big fan.
Of Scadabo?
Yeah.
Because he saw him that one time in the playoffs?
Well, he's a Giants fan, and we've been texting about Cam Scadabo several times.
Yeah, this is a great pick for casual Giants fans because they know who this guy is.
Let me pull up this YouTube
I did like
chat.
how you started off the stream. It's like a band name. Football and the F words.
Football and the other F words?
Yeah. And that other F word is fuck. I mean,
listen. If we're setting a precedent here, Chimere Dike crashed the stream initially. So what are we in store for 120?
I'm conflicted on the pick because it's a guy that
well, we've already thought the building was going to blow up, so maybe that's what happens.
There's a gas leak.
Yeah.
The two things that are true for me are that I liked Chimere Dike as a Titans pick, but it wasn't this pick. You know what I mean? Like, if you had told me they came away with him, I would have been like, oh, yeah, cool, I like that.
Well, I think that must be the theme. Every other pick has to be a fucked up pick.
So the next one's going to rock.
The next one should rock. Maybe we'll get Jalen Royals in the next one.
So it'll be like that time that the Lions took. Who did the Lions take that year when it was your boy in the first?
Jack Campbell.
And then
they took Brian Branch.
Yeah, and we were like, well, if you just flip the picks that they had in the first and the second, it makes sense, and it actually worked out.
What if they get Jalen Royals at 120?
That will make me feel better.
And then we can just all in our minds pretend that they were flipped picks.
Exactly.
No, I'll flip Chimere Dike with whoever they draft in the 6th because that's proper.
When they take Braden Swinson in the 6th round.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about.
Sick,
we printed off our draft guides. Me and Stoney each got one. So I'll start with the data. You can start with the film. He actually is one of the highest. Him and Elijah Badger were like 2 of the 3 top 3. If I'm not, man. Yeah, Florida boys. Overall, he scored a 93% out of 100, 91% out of 100 on the physical, 98% on the athletic, and 98% on the field. So, I mean,
not surprising they liked him.
No,
obviously.
but I mean, he was probably at the Senior Bowl the other guy to Isaac Tesla, like the guy that rose. Like everybody knew Jalen Royals and everybody knew the other guys there, but except for Brew McCoy. Brew McCoy, quit because he's a crybaby.
Future Tennessee Titans 7th-round pick.
Craig
trade up to get him.
They're going to trade up to get Craig Woodson. Just went off the board with New England.
That's a Mike Vrabel pick. It's a Mike Vrabel pick.
So it's kind of like I don't hate the player,
but where
I just hate the value.
Yeah,
and I don't understand why they skipped over so many wide receivers. Like I could understand, I know a lot of people wanted Andrew Armstrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm okay with taking.
There's only one good Arkansas player in my heart, so I don't care.
Yeah, I'm okay with taking Chimere DK over, that kind of guy. But like Jalen Royals, I mean, Steve Smith. I knew I was setting myself up for failure when I decided, I'm going to go see what Steve Smith said about Jalen Royals. Like an idiot. Why would I do that to myself? Because I know we're not going to get him if I do that, and I did it anyway.
It's the fact that you can pick anybody.
I'm upset that they didn't take a Umanor, but I'm just now being told by my high-level sources that a Umanor apparently has some injury stuff, which kind of...
Ooh, that's spicy.
That makes sense.
Which means they can get him at a value in the 6th round, and then I can do cartwheels throughout.
Let's see if do we know if reception perception has DK in here?
Did he run enough routes to qualify?
Oh, maybe not. That would be the other thing.
He's a returner, by the way.
Let's see. My dad knows I'm doing something today. Let's see what he wants. Hello? Well, why don't you turn on the YouTube? I told you I was going to be on all day talking about it. You're on. This phone call's on the YouTube. Yeah. But this was a reach. Now Stoney and Easton are trying to carry the water, and I'm sure JT is too. He just follows the majority.
I like the player. I don't like the pick. I said that. I like the player. I don't like the pick.
But this was definitely a reach for sure. Yeah, I like Kevin Winston. He's got a hill. I think he's on. He's pretty much. I think 90%, 80% is what I heard last night.
He said he's good to go.
Yeah, so I think that he'll be really good. He may not be good this year, but he'll be good next year. Yeah. The guy they drafted in the 2nd round, don't even worry about learning his name. He won't be on the team
Your son is
like
wrong.
3 years. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's UCLA, Californians and all that. Yeah. 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 I know. They love reaching for people.
Listen.
Can you see the chat, Zach?
All right, I gotta go.
I need to see.
All right, love you.
Chat.
That was wholesome.
Yeah. Okay. So Chimere DK, because I know people
told him you're on the air.
Yeah,
and he just kept on the conversation.
That's just what he does.
That's good stuff.
He is 6 foot, 196 pounds, 32 and a quarter wingspan, or 32 and an eighth wingspan, 9 and an eighth hand, 76 and 7/8 wingspan. His athletic traits is he's a 9.72 RAS. He ran a 4.34, 2.53, 20-yard split with a 1.51, which I believe is the 2nd fastest 10-yard split. Wait a minute, I got lost here. Yeah, there he is. 38.5 vertical, 128 broad, 4.27 shuttle, and a 6.82 3-cone, which is probably the most impressive. So,
yeah.
RAS score 9.72.
9.72.
As Zach just said.
Thanks for listening.
I'm not gonna hang my hat on that though, as somebody that kind of thinks that athleticism in receivers is not important. But
oh, well,
that's
so you yeah, that's the silliest take I've ever heard.
Not important. But like
all of the history.
I think it's over talk. Like I think explosiveness as an athlete, as a receiver.
Let's just put Desmond Watson in at wide receiver. How about it? Because athleticism doesn't matter.
I went too hot. I'm not saying it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm saying especially with day 3. Like, how many times have we seen the most explosive, twitched-up athlete you've ever seen in your life, but they can't play receiver? Like, there's so much more to it than just being a sick
That's
athlete.
true. I will say this. Average depth of target was 14.9, had a high reception percentage. Yards after catch per reception was 6, 18.6 yards per reception. His drop percentage was 8.7, which is about middle of the road in this class. Grade versus man, 71.2. Yeah, not bad. I mean, again, 60s average. So 18.5 contested target percentage, which is about middle of the road. His yards per route run, 2.3, again, bottom half of the wide receiver class, but top of the bottom half. And then a 58.3 contested catch percentage.
Yeah, our friend Drew over at Iron City Film says, hit 0 to 60 in one step, effortless deceleration and hip syncing. Florida only let him run deep crossers. Could be a really fun field section.
Well, what did old boy say yesterday that got us all hot and bothered? I had you moaning in the microphone.
I don't remember.
Cam Ward.
I don't remember anything from the last 2 days.
It was the route.
Switch verts.
The switch verts.
Switch verts, yeah.
Guess who can run the switch verts now that he loves?
Do you guys want me to read my
Let's
film
do it.
evaluation?
Yes, please do.
Okay. DK was hang on, I want to preface this with I'm going to be Shawn Michaels walking through the crowd with y'all throwing your trash at me on this one, and I'm perfectly okay with it. I'll let the chat cook me. I'll let Twitter cook me.
All right.
I love this wide receiver. I think he's going to fucking kick ass for the Titans. I'm stoked.
The Titans both, I think.
I'm stoked that the Titans got him. You tweeted on April 5th that while we were sitting drunk at the Mexican restaurant, that you could see the Titans triple dipping at wide receiver. I quote tweeted that, and I said Isaac Tesla, Kyle Williams, Chimray DK.
Well, at least you went 1 for 3 because the other two went off the board.
They would have
because
liked it.
Well, you got to get your UCLA edge rusher before you can dip into the receiver pool.
Got to go for the
now Deontay Thornton
Pac-12.
coming off the board as the
Big
next
10 or
wide
whatever he is.
receiver. Does that make it feel any better?
It's
I
interesting.
just got a message from one of my friends. He goes, I swear to God, if Tyke Tolbert fucked us over again.
I'm not worried about it, man. I'm telling you. Everybody hurl your trash at me like I'm the NWO at Bash at the Beach, okay? DK was another receiver that caught my attention at the Senior Bowl and parlayed a good week in Mobile to a good week at the Scouting Combine. He's a riser for a reason. 42 catches for 783 yards and 2 touchdowns isn't exactly eye-popping production, but let's do our best not to hold Florida's passing game against him. DK runs with good pacing. He's a smooth, fluid mover that can split between 2 zones. He did a lot of blocking for Florida and proved feisty in that department. Really dips his shoulders, fakes his head outside to get the cornerback to back off, but it allows him to separate out of the slot. Those flares show up all over his tape, and it's a tried and true method of getting open. He had an insane deep catch in the Ole Miss game off of one of those, tracking the ball over his shoulder without breaking stride, moving the safety with his outside flare before breaking in. Really good, savvy stuff. He can sneak away from the defense off of motion and into a wheel route. He's good on crossers and has some nice stop and turn ability to boot. He can jump up and pluck the ball out of the air, and had to several times because he dealt with errant high passes. I know his drop totals are high, but the only one I caught in my sample size was off of a poorly placed ball that he made an awkward adjustment for. He's not particularly elusive, but DK flashes a premier ability to play receiver if you sift through all of the blocking reps. Dude has athletic traits for days.
Just real quick, because he was announced by Jim White as a wide receiver / returner. So he had 22 kick returns over the 5 years that he's been at Florida. They didn't do it Wisconsin and Florida. They didn't do it the first year at Wisconsin. They didn't do it at Florida, but he has experience there. 22 kicks, returns 21.5 yards per kick, 0 muffs for the kick returns.
Oof.
But he did punt returns for Florida. He had 14 punt returns, 190 yards, 13.6 yards per punt return. He had 2 muff punts.
Okay.
Tell you what.
So
Jaquan Jackson was sitting pretty the first 2 days.
Jaquan Jackson's in a world of hurt.
First pick on day 3. Now his seat's a little hot.
So it's time for Let Fossil Bone with Kamir DK.
Yeah.
Where's that from?
It's from Football and Other Efforts.
I'm going to throw out.
Or actually, was it on Football and Other Efforts?
No, it was hot.
I think it was Hot Read.
I think it was Hot Read.
Because I was calling him Fassel.
Oh, that's
and
right.
And then people were like, it's Fossil.
Like
and
Bone.
I was like, Fossil.
Like the bone?
And then I get why his nickname is Bones, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
We learned that in real time. Those are the type of things we do over on the Hot Read podcast. Here's a take. Xavier Estrepo's not getting drafted today.
Ooh, that is a
That's
take.
crazy. Cam Ward will take the Titans draft room hostage and draft him himself if he's still there in the 6th.
Does anybody have the beast up that they want to let the people know what the beast says? Okay. Just to catch everybody up on what has happened since the Chime DK, that's going to be the tough one. Chimray.
Like Chimray.
Bishul Tootin, running back from Virginia Tech, went to the Jaguars. Cam Scatabo, running back from Arizona State, went to the Giants. Craig Woodson, safety from California, went to the Patriots. Jack Kaiser, linebacker from Notre Dame, went to the Jaguars. Deontay Thornton, we missed that one from Tennessee. Oh, y'all just said went to the Raiders. That seems like such a Raiders pick. By the way.
It does,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then Deion Walker, defensive tackle with Kentucky, went to the Bills.
They traded up.
Dude,
for him.
they're
All right,
loading
I've got
up
Chimray
that defensive front.
DK's beast. He is wide receiver 18 on Dane's board. 1 year starter at Florida. DK worked inside about 60% of the snaps and outside 40% in offensive coordinator Rob Sale's scheme. Bunch of childhood stuff that we can talk about later. With speed best described as easy, DK accelerates on command to attack defenders at the stem or motor away from trail coverage. To fully weaponize that speed, he needs to improve his route pacing and stride manipulation to detach himself from coverage. He also needs to rely on his gear change to maximize yak opportunities. Overall, DK has somewhat of a confusing identity as a receiver. He is more than just a field stretcher, but he also must develop better nuance in his routes and at the catch point to become more reliable as a separator or possession target. There is something here, and his special teams impact as a returner or a gunner should lengthen the leash as an NFL coach attempts to maximize his talent.
Cool.
Stopwatch speed reflects the on-field speed. Fires out of his stance and closes cushion in a flash.
Ah, man, it's a pick. It's a pick.
Of all the picks, it's one of them.
Chimray DK is a pick for the Titans.
Just take a Umanor at 120 and I'll be happy.
It will, yeah. I mean,
with that one being their first wide receiver, you almost have to think that.
well, we got
doubling
10
up.
more picks, right? With Philly, New Orleans, San Francisco, Carolina.
Nine more
Four,
picks.
9 more picks. So maybe they'll double dip at wide receiver right here.
Certainly seems like with which kind of wide receivers are coming off the board here. We had Ty Felton, the last wide receiver taken last night, Chimray DK, and then Deontay Thornton. Certainly seems like these teams are taking more flavor versus like the actual production on the field.
It will be interesting to see. I think they may go running back, though.
I think so too. I think Damian Martinez is very much in play here.
Ooh, don't get me started. Glad I got this book in my lap.
I like that pick. I like that pick.
I have an update from my father-in-law.
Okay.
I texted him and said, Scattaboo is a giant, and he replied, no way. Love, love, love that pick. Let the puking begin.
What? Oh, yeah. I forgot about it, that whole sideshow.
Yeah. And this is what a start to day 3.
Derek's back in the chat today, this morning, Zach, looking to fight you again. He says, Zach's playbook for this weekend was just to shit on every Titans pick. Chimray is a great pick
Zach.
for what the Titans need.
Now, Derek, that you know that's not true, and lying will get you a face full of fist.
Wow.
That's what we do to liars around here.
We fucking beat the shit out of them.
Just
Wow.
And
mercilessly.
I literally popped on your all's podcast last night, the Hot Read podcast. You were on for 4 hours last night.
4
Or
hours
4 and a
and
half.
38
It was
minutes.
fun.
Yeah. And all I did was talk about how good Kevin Winston was, came in with the positivity. The whole point, I was on the show, and we spent 2 hours just pretty much spraying everywhere all over about Cam Ward.
We did.
Like Jackson was humping stuff in the producer's booth and all this kind of stuff.
Is that right?
We can't even describe what we saw when we looked through that window.
Yeah. So
It was a horror.
He hung a towel up at one point.
Jackson
We couldn't
was
see
doing
what was going in
tricks on
there.
it back there.
yeah.
Jackson doing tricks on it.
So we'll see. I'm interested to see where Tez Johnson goes.
Well, he's made of paper mache, so probably late.
I wonder if the Browns don't draft him to pair him with Dylan Gabriel. I could also see I could also see
To build like a peewee team?
Yeah,
Or-
just go tiny.
Yeah, go tiny. Why everybody
Cleveland.
else is in the NFL is going big.
Small ball
They're
in
going
Cleveland.
small.
I like that.
I could also see Denver doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a little spicy.
Yeah.
They got Marvin Mims.
Yeah, get another one.
2 Marvin
Yeah,
Mims.
get another one.
Got to spare Marvin.
I have not even been paying attention to who's been selected.
Well, I just
Well,
ran
we're
through them
waiting on
all.
the- yeah.
This is since Deion Walker went to Buffalo, this is the last one.
Yeah.
It's just trying to get the stream shared and all that. I need to do it on Facebook too, but I need my computer for that.
Do we really need the people, the Facebook crowd?
Yeah, I mean, there are some people that, are like, they don't know that I exist unless I post it on Facebook. So I want to support them, because they want to support me.
C-Rich says that he was late to the party. Explain these wide receiver selections. Flavor. Pick your flavor.
Pick your flavor.
I love the way that the Titans.
Wow.
The Titans.
Speaking of pick your flavor,
Arian
Smith off the board here at 110.
They must. There must be something wrong with the medicals for Jalen Royals.
Royals. I mean,
I think
we
that's
know
what it is.
we know Umanor has questions,
but he did
Royals
all
don't.
the drills and did really well in all the drills.
I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we heard from Jalen Royals there that he was only playing at 80%.
That's what I think that's what I remember
at the Senior Bowl. So if those things continued for him, I think that's fair. But still, I mean, when you talk about the wide receivers that were going to be here, Umanor with
It was
injury,
James Palmer this morning. That's who I remember hearing it from.
I love the way
Jalen
that the
Royals,
Titans media machine
Jalen Lane
emails us out things when they make a pick, and they put together a crack list of articles on the player that are just like the most glazing articles you can find. So like we just got the Kimre DK Sports Illustrated. College football needs more players like Gators wide receiver Kimre DK.
Yeah.
The Athletic. There's nothing he can't do. Why dynamic in-state wide receiver Kimre DK is ready to make an impact at Wisconsin. Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, quote, I think about him every day.
Uh-oh, Stoney.
Oh, man.
To the
beat the Eagles.
Are you kidding me?
Ty Robinson.
They are. Oh, man. Oh. Ty Robinson.
That's a dog.
The glaze is crazy.
I think about him every day as a quote in a headline. It's insane.
Did they send you my tweets?
I like that you read all those off and you called him Kimre every time.
Oh, is it Chimray?
Yeah.
Chimray.
It's better
Chimray.
than
Chim.
Chimere, which I've
Chim.
been calling him all
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, I've been doing Chimere DK or Dyke.
I've been calling him Chimere Dyke.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Don't
is
call him
about
a
as
Terry
far
McCormick.
from that
Yeah.
as possible.
What did Terry call it?
That was an autocorrect. He didn't call him
Autocorrect
that.
did him dirty with
Do we know that?
Chinese Dyke.
Well,
It's tough.
what was it? Gabe Lilly aneurysm?
Gabe
Aneurysm
Lilly.
Yeah, that's what it was. I may need to start reading his tweets or get glasses.
They're fun.
Siri, take a screenshot.
Absolutely floored that the Philadelphia Eagles got Ty Robinson.
Okay, so why don't you tell the people why you love Ty Robinson so much? Because
I got
he
so
made
much
our
damn
all
shit in my
badass.
lap.
He made our all badass motherfucker team.
Oh.
And
I'll get on that.
yeah,
Oh,
but yeah.
Oh, the Mason
the
Graham
rich,
spread.
the rich just get richer.
Yeah, so I love Robinson. He plays really hard. Active with his hands. He's alignment versatile, which is just what the Eagles need, a guy that is alignment versatile. You can put all over the field. He's got some pass rush traits. He's got really powerful hands, good squatty leverage where he can get below a guy and walk him down. I mean, really can do it all from a defensive line standpoint and just gets out there and plays his ass off.
Dave Fuqua says in my mentions, very uninspiring so far. I like Cam, like the safety. Otherwise, feels like the same shit with a different face.
How about
you
that?
guys are going to be so wrong about Femi.
New GM, same
2 to 3
shit.
years.
Yeah.
Femi's gonna
Titan
be very,
season
very
9.
Femi's going to work.
Not exactly instilling confidence, are they? That's from Adam Nuckel's Sandwich.
A Nuckel sandwich.
Nuckel Sandwich.
Never had one of those.
In it for the kicks. This is how you know this pick was bad. Because if he says, we bike, B-Y-K-E, but it's supposed to be back, which I don't understand why you have to change a 4-letter
Or is
word
it-
into
or
a
is it-
different 4-letter
Or
word.
is it we BK?
I don't know. But if he likes to pick, because he still sports a Mariota jersey, so if he still likes to pick, if he likes to pick, it's bust.
Oh, boy.
It's done. Well, if there's one thing the Titans have been good at the past few years is developing offensive players, so clearly we'll be in an all-pro.
Here we go. I like the optimism.
Yeah. Pure optimism. Oh, man.
My mentions are a mess right now.
I'm just not reading them.
Fair enough.
Someone in the chat sent, I guess the Tennessee Titans put Chimere DK by the numbers. They they sent that with, what the fuck is that smell?
It's crazy. The Saints are taking Danny Stutzman.
Your boy, man. This is the Stoney round, isn't it? Cam Scatterbo, Ty Robinson, Chimere DK.
It's Stoney Keeley
Craig
gauntlet.
Woodson.
It's this is going great for my
your big board. It's really helping your big board right now.
Yeah, looking pretty accurate right now. And lest we forget, I had Isaac Teslaw at 73 overall.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just forget that I didn't even watch Kevin Winston Jr.
No.
Another Auburn fan just texted me, take
Uh-oh.
their boy.
Keandre Lambert-Smith.
Yes.
He ranks really highly on the traits.
Every Auburn fan on the planet has sought me out to let me know that they need to take him. So maybe they're onto something, or maybe they're insane homers. One of the two.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Jarquez Hunter.
No, I actually do like some Jarquez.
I like some Jarquez Hunter too.
I don't dislike.
You didn't do Keandre Lambert-Smith, right?
Keandre Lambert-Smith.
I should have.
I don't know. I don't know.
why
a
I
thing
thought
about
you
him.
were going
That's
to,
the problem.
but I think you put the UMass kid's name on the list, and I thought that was the kid
Yeah.
from.
They didn't show any interest. I was like, maybe I'll just pass on him because we were kind of getting up on it.
Danny Stutzman shoots gaps. Shoots gaps. That's what you want a linebacker to do.
That is true.
Penetrator.
Will Royals make it to 120? I mean, we're at 113. San Francisco on the clack. Clack.
On the clackety clack.
Man,
Man, we're starting
Is
off early.
Restrepo still on the board? Yes, Restrepo is still on the board, and he will be on the board for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I don't care
not
that
gonna-
Cam.
He's going to be the best Titans UDFA. It's going to rock.
To be honest, I don't really care that Cam wants Restrepo.
I don't
The
even.
Kyle Williams, that's fine. I mean, I'm glad that he, wants his teammates and stuff. But, I mean, let's get good players.
I would not mind Restrepo later.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the 6th round, I
Well,
guess.
they're going to get Sam Brown Jr. with the
I
next
could see
pick.
that.
Like, if they took
At
Restrepo
120.
at 120, it would be another case of, like the pick, especially for Cam, don't understand the value.
Browning Casey says, surprises Zach and Stoney didn't run the marathon this morning before the draft.
They did.
Marathon.
I saw him out there.
Yeah.
A marathon?
Yeah.
Anybody get that reference? Marathon? The marathon. Y'all got to watch the league.
Okay. Oh.
Silly kids.
Yeah.
Braden Swinston must have punched a baby somewhere along the way.
Yeah, I've heard that
31
he's
on my
apparently
board and
an
still
idiot.
here. Who is he?
Yeah, apparently,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
That means that he's perfect for the Titans because it didn't stop
Apparently,
them.
just like Femi.
Does he
According to you,
rush
Zach.
good,
Yeah.
though?
Yeah.
I don't know. Does he rush
that.
good, though?
Well, that's the disqualifier is that he's actually good at rushing the passer.
All right. You're so full of it.
Was Chimere DK on my hidden gems list? I could look. I
Yeah,
do
it's
have,
right here. It's in the back.
How about that? Let me see. If I
Just go to the back and just see. Stoney's favorite tape. Did you have him as favorite tape?
no, because you had to watch that Florida offense.
Hidden
Don't nobody wanna
gems.
do
Yes, he
that.
was your second overall hidden gem.
Yeah, he was. Well, that's alphabetical order.
Oh.
Yeah.
49ers are selecting
CJ West. That's a good one.
From London.
I like CJ West. I didn't get to finish my eval
I
on
think
him.
that's in London. I don't know. We don't have the volume up.
Indiana is in London.
No, I'm talking about what was on the screen.
Okay.
I've been to both of those places. They're not similar.
That's fair. That's a good assessment.
A lot of I was looking at all the day 3 mocks today. A lot of people had us taking a linebacker with 120,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody had us taking Jalen Royals. If that just lets you know where everybody's head's at, is that
Jeffrey
Jalen
Boswell?
Royals is awesome.
Well, they're about to spend 120 on Quincy Riley, so we should go ahead and start
yeah.
thinking about
Let's
one.
yeah.
What do they have? 140.
Someone did have us taking Quincy Riley, but
I
not
will-
here. They is in the 5th or the 6th.
I don't know where
Listen,
they're taking him, but
Quincy
I know
Riley-
that they're taking him. What's
Quincy
the
Riley,
what's the next
120
pick they
is
have?
good
140
value.
something?
I have no idea.
After this,
141.
141.
Yeah.
Okay.
so 114.
Unfortunately, I'm not permitted to be here all day, but I think I can get away with staying through 141.
Mm,
So we'll see.
You got a date or something?
I got to go do my job.
sucks.
Boring.
Right things.
Stupid.
I know. Agreed.
Hey, listen, while we have a bit of a lull
Mhm.
in the draft, I just want to say that I'm so proud of you guys. We've had people in our mentions and our DMs for weeks now asking if we were still going to do this year. And I
Is
just
that right?
thought about it like a couple days ago. Like, imagine showing all of that, the excitement for this megacast to the four of us last year when we were doing this. Like, I don't know if anybody's going to watch. And look at how
you guys
far,
were on the stream, and I was trying to get a fridge into my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And look at how far we've all come since last year. I mean, Zach's on the radio 1 to 3, cover 2 every Monday through Friday. Easton's at A to Z. JT steps up and takes the mantle for the Hot Read podcast. Like, it's just it's a cool time.
It is a cool time
for us. So I just wanted to say
we are all hashtag winning. I believe.
I'm proud of you guys for the work that you've put in. And we've created something that people want to tune in for. So I'm very proud and honored to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I saw the pick is in, and I saw Chubba Hubbard. I was like, didn't they already?